Welcome to another exciting episode of
ZoeTv.
ZoeTv.
Yes.
And we got to jump right into it. We don't have two guests this week, which
know.
has been our norm.
Right.
But we had to book the whole block for this one resident.
Because we didn't need to.
She's going to fill enough space for probably 5.
Wow.
She's a joke-telling.
We're here for hours?
We could be.
Well, let's do it.
So before we get into her, though, let's talk about the university. Because we are up and running. What do you have so far?
Well, today we have, it's in the auditorium.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, last week. It was.
It's always.
And today it's not in the auditorium.
Yeah, no. But last week it was. And it was amazing.
Week, yes.
Yes.
And so,
Stan the Fireman. We hope you enjoyed that.
Yes. Okay. So back to the university.
Yes.
It's a full semester.
It is.
We have a lot of classes, and it goes all the way to the end of April.
You have not signed up. You have to do so.
Yes.
Because we have got a lot of people signed up for the Truth series, the lectures from Joel. But some of the other ones that are amazing, we feel like a lot of you are watching them on TV at home, which is good because we're getting surveys back and we're getting a lot. But we want you in the room. The presenter wants you in the room. They feed off of your energy when you're sitting there live. So we know it's convenient. We know it's easy to sit in the chair and take it all in from the recliner. But there's something to be said for in-person learning.
And you get to ask the question first.
That's right.
So,
amen.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it because Ruth Smith, everybody knows.
Everybody knows her name.
Everybody knows that face. Ruth? Look at that face.
I know.
Look at this outfit.
I know.
You match the entire backdrop.
And you.
You're like camouflage. We're bookending you. Ruth, what say you? You happy to be here?
Yes, I'm always happy to be here. I'm happy to get up in the morning.
Okay, that's a good.
And say, here I am.
Yes.
Well, we do have a lot of new residents who may have seen that smile and seen your face, but not know your backstory. So spend a few minutes just walking us through how you got to Glencroft, where you're from, all that is Ruth Smith.
Okay, well, it seems like I might have grown up knowing about Glencroft. I moved to Glendale, Arizona in 1939. And I knew families that had relatives here. And so when I got ready for a change, this is the only place I came.
From where? Where did you come here from?
Well, I married a fellow from an Arizona resident, Arizona native, actually, and he lived in Phoenix. So I lived in Phoenix while I was married and had raised my kids.
Right.
And then we moved to 103rd Avenue and Indian School Road because there was a golf course there.
Oh.
And
you can relate to that.
She is my little golfer.
Then when my husband passed away in 2011, and my golf game suffered a little bit. It wasn't quite as much fun, and I was tired of making decisions about the house and so forth. So I said, "That's it."
So you've been here for
7 years, 7.5.
Wow. Okay.
And where are you on campus?
I live in Court 4, 120.
Okay. All right. And a lot of people know you have become known as the sewing lady. You do a lot of sewing for residents.
Yes. Yes. I discovered that us elderly people shrink. So when I see men with their pants dragging the ground, I say, I know how to fix that.
Give me your pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have fixed numerous pairs of pants.
Okay.
Wow, that's a great skill.
And then elastic in ladies' pants that where
That need to be helped,
the
yeah.
Arizona heat is not nice to elastic.
Wow.
No, it's not nice to a lot of things.
Well,
Yeah,
in
you're
your
right.
apartment, you have quite a sewing operation. You've told me in the past you have an old sewing kit from what year?
I'm using the sewing machine that my husband bought me when my daughter was 1 year old, and she is 73.
Wow.
That's
I'm-
unbelievable, isn't it?
I know, but some things, the older they are, the better. My mom
Well,
always sewed on
of course, it
old
had
machine.
some new little fixes along the way.
Right.
Motors wear out and so forth, but it purrs like a kitten.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, you are one of the rare residents, I think, maybe I'm wrong, but that lives on campus full time, but then summers
I know.
off campus. So why don't you explain the luxury to which you get to leave this heat?
Well, in 1978, my husband and I, he was getting ready to retire, and so we decided Pine Top, Arizona would be the place. So he retired in 83, and since 83, I have spent one summer, complete summer, in the valley, and that was when he was ill.
Wow, that's the only one.
Other than
That
that,
was the
you're
only
in Pine
one.
Top. Where in Pine Top?
Yeah, we bought a small place up there, and then advanced as we were able to. We improved things, and I found a golf course that I loved, and
Yeah.
there I was.
So,
It's
and you're
so
still going right
beautiful.
now. I mean, you're going to head up this summer. So when do you leave?
Well, I think the plans are, since my family doesn't, my daughters don't want me driving 4 hours anymore. They think I'm getting old.
What?
But anyway, so the granddaughter and her husband are going to help me get up there.
Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Memorial Day, hopefully.
Good. Good.
Yes, that's a good time to get out of town for a while.
And you still are playing golf up there.
No, but I watch a lot of it.
Well,
I go to the driving range and get a little exercise that way.
I've gotten to see you play golf with our program that we were going over to the Wigwam before COVID, and you have a sweet swing. Talk to us about what kind of honors you got from your golf game up.
Well, summer before last, the ladies group at Pine Top Lakes Country Club, they have an annual tournament, an invitational where they invite many other clubs, and it's always a big deal. It is the tournament of the summer for Pine Top Lakes, and I was honored as I was the honoree, and of course I got a free lunch, and I got to meet all these people, and I got introduced several times.
Wow.
And so it was fun.
Yes.
They
very
gave
fun.
me flowers and a certificate that I can hang on the wall.
Absolutely. It's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so the residents know, because I'm always surprised. How old are you?
I was 94, May 31st.
Okay.
Wow.
Unbelievable. I mean, the way you move around this campus
I know.
and the level of awareness, and I mean, it's...
And she always looks this beautiful.
Yes, 94. So you're active on campus. Why don't you talk about some of the things that you do? Because I know you help in the thrift shop and you do a lot in ZoeLife, but what does a day look like for you?
Well, on Thursdays, it's get my hair done.
Okay, okay.
I work at the Tulip Patch on Saturdays. I have in the past worked, I'm not working at the thrift store now, but I'm the on-call person. When Carol needs somebody at a moment's notice, she calls me.
Mm.
Well, that's important because it's always busy down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and back when it was open 5 days a week, you can imagine what keeping volunteers.
Oh, yes.
Each shift, there's 2 shifts a day. each shift needs 3 volunteers.
It's a lot of coverage.
Yes.
It looks so pretty down there with the new barn doors. Very nice.
Ruth, you are an active person. What did you do? Well, let's go back. What did you do for a living? What was your work profession?
Professionally, I was a typist for an insurance company. Then when I got married and started a family, I was a stay-at-home mom. And then after my children got older and I had a illness in the family that made me think I need something to do. So I worked for a school as their audio representative for 13 years.
Oh.
And
Wow.
when they couldn't afford me anymore, they said, "Goodbye, Ruth." I said I didn't want to work anyway. I wanted to play golf.
So it worked out.
It's
And that
perfect.
was in 78. And I didn't start playing golf until I was 50 years old.
And you're that good. See, never too late.
Never. Right.
Pick up a new skill, a new hobby, right? Never too late. You'll be 50 in a couple
Well,
20
and you
years or
saw
so.
how good I was that one time.
Yeah,
we
went out.
played.
She can hit the ball.
Oh, so
I mean, after a
good.
couple tries, she makes contact.
Well,
Yes.
I had been to the driving range with my husband. He had taken in college some golf, and we'd go to the driving range for fun. So when he bought an old set of golf clubs at an auction, he handed them to me, and he says, "These are for you because you'll be good at this." I took them and went to the golf course.
Good job.
Golf's not the only thing you do well. You're also an avid Wii bowler.
Oh yes, I do Wii bowling. I'm captain of a team.
Yes, of course
and
you are. How do you become captain of a team? Do you have to arm wrestle for it, or what is the
No.
protocol?
That's a story in itself. When I first moved to Glencroft, I went down on a Saturday morning to practice, just to see what it was about. I'd never done this before, and I was taught how to do it. And then Bob Gilbreth was captain of a team, and there were only 3 people. So he says, "Come be our 4th member." And then he decided he didn't want to be captain anymore. He wanted to be a sub and bowl more often. He says, "So Ruth, you're going to be captain." That's how I got to be captain.
But you love working on your stroke and how it's done, right? I mean, you go down there and practice, and people have given you tips, and Jerry works with you, and
Well, Jerry was, bless his heart, was one of the ones that showed me how to work the remote and so forth.
and then Olivia Flores. Didn't she get her hands on you?
Who?
Olivia?
Oh yes,
Mhm.
Olivia gave me some tips on how to always pick up my spares. So
that's a good tip.
I'm surprised she
That's the
shared
hard
that
part.
with you.
Yeah,
I mean, she's very competitive, that one.
I know.
I saw her at the leading age.
well, I've had
here.
I've had 2 300 games. One of them on league play.
Wow.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
So
So when do you guys start actually back up in the season?
well, the summer season, they call it, is starting again February 27th.
So coming up.
Coming up.
Okay, so you residents out there, they can sign up, right? Any resident can still join a team? Or
Well,
how does
in fact, I think on Channel 2 you'll see a little notice that they need more bowlers.
they need more?
Just call Lori,
Yep.
Lori Farley,
Yep.
and she can place you on a team.
That easy?
And like, how heavy are the balls that you use?
Good question.
Well, it's a pretend ball.
Oh, okay.
That's why they call it Wii.
Got it. Well, then anybody
It's-
can play.
I will tell you though, when I went to the leading age, Senior Olympics, and Wii bowling was one of the competitions.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of seniors that understood and took this so seriously, like, was jaw-dropping. I mean, it was lined up. There was more people watching the Wii bowling than any other activity. And Jerry Chase won gold. We were the gold champions, Glencroft. But it is a great balance activity.
Yes.
You have a lot of motion in terms of your balance and coordination and motor skills.
And you're getting up and down when it's your turn.
Absolutely.
Right.
I think,
of course, you're adding up you bowl 3 games, you're adding up your score, so how high your series is.
Yep.
You get a reward for high series.
I mean, it's competitive, but if it's not over competitive, it's fun. So residents that are thinking about, well, I'm not very a competitive person, but you guys just have fun down there.
Yes, we have fun. And when I'm gone in the summer, one of my team members acts as captain and finds a sub for me and keeps it going.
That's great.
That is awesome. Well, let's talk before we run out of time. I've had the luxury, because you're doing so much Wii, it's probably how you hurt the shoulder, but I've gotten to work with you quite a bit on the black box for the pain management stuff for your shoulder and your arm. So let's walk through how that has worked for you, because again, we have a lot of people on the waiting list, and we're working with 37 people a week right now. I know. But you were one of them, and you were on the waiting list for a while. You got in. What was kind of your thoughts going in, and how did it work for you?
Well, it was certainly something new to me, but evidently I have arthritis in my shoulder, which caused my muscle between my elbow and my shoulder to be sore and ache. Sometimes it would just ache. And thanks to you, Steve, and your black box, it's better. Of course, the arthritis is still there, but the muscle is so much better. I can scratch my back easier.
You can move your elbow.
Well, if you're right-handed and that's the arm that's involved, naturally you baby it, and
right, and it ruins
but
your
it
game.
has helped a lot. The treatments are painless, and
it's been helpful.
Oh yes, it's been helpful.
Love it.
And depending on the weather and so forth, some days I don't even think about it.
Oh, that is that's exactly what you want to hear.
And it's a big change from, and we talk to residents all the time about living with chronic pain or soreness, how it just bleeds into emotional, like you're just not happy because everything hurts. And if we could take some of that away and get some blood circulating and get you hydrated, a big piece of it was getting you to drink water. And that was a little bit hard, but you did it.
Yes, yes. Now, if you can get me back to where I can wash all my windows on my car, and
wax on, wax off, I guess.
Before, if I washed a window or scrubbed something, I would use my left arm because it hurt to use this.
Yeah,
but it's getting better.
It's better.
Well, the last thing I'll say on this is we only saw you 6 times, 6 sessions, and turned you loose. Now, you can still come back for a tune-up, but I think a lot of residents out there think that it's such a never-ending process. And you're proof that we got in, we got the work done, and we release you. And then when it feels a little tight, you come back.
Right.
I think that's a big
deal. I
deal.
would love to know about that.
We talked a lot about it. To me, you look at this black box and you think, my goodness, how can that do anything? But it does. It does something.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so last couple questions for you. How is your overall feeling of Glencroft heading into the summer and you leaving? Are you always sad? You're a part of so much. Is it always I don't want to leave, or I'm excited to go somewhere and then I can't wait to get back? What's that process like?
Well, I'll admit that I do get lonesome for Glencroft occasionally up there, but because we had been up and members in the club for 33 years or so, I have a lot of friends up there, and there's activities
Sure.
and a social life, and family comes and goes. We have enough room. My 2 daughters and son-in-laws and myself own the house together, and the whole family can come. At one time, we had 11 people, and everybody had a place to sleep.
Oh, that's great.
That is awesome. But you're ready to get back.
Oh, yeah. I enjoy going up there, and I'm glad to get out of the hot weather.
Yes.
That's the main reason.
Exactly.
When do you come back? Do you come back around Labor Day, or what's the timeline of you coming home?
Usually about the middle of September.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Smart.
And it's still hot, but it's not.
Not forever. It's just a short time.
Yes.
Perfect.
And besides, I got to get back in time to bowl.
That's right. And we miss you when you're gone.
Yeah, it's not the same on this campus, Ruth. Core 4 struggles without you around.
Oh,
huh?
Well, I don't know about that.
Marlene, that whole crew is not the same over
You're
in
right.
Core 4.
You guys are quite...
You're like the ringleader of that entire
they're
operation.
Quite the group.
Well, we have I love people, and I love remembering names, and you want to know how I make myself remember names?
Please.
Yes.
If I were meeting you, Kay, for the first time, I would say, "Nice to meet you, Kay. Where do you live, Kay?"
Yes. Smart idea.
By the time I mention it, your name 3 times, I'm more likely to remember it.
Wow. You know who else can do that is Hal Valora.
Oh, he's amazing.
Isn't he? He doesn't...
He always uses your name in a conversation.
Yes, he does. And that must be... I'm going to start using
That's
that.
the trick.
That's
well,
it.
you have
That's
a
it,
good
Steve.
memory.
Yes, you
Kay,
do.
notice how Ruth has such a good memory.
Steve, I've noticed that. She's amazing.
Well, I find the technical stuff with the internet and everything is, for some reason, they update things and change the format, and I'm looking for all the fine print, but I take care of all my bills online. And
well, you're a smart cookie. And
You
I know
are.
when we had talked to you last week on Wednesday about doing the show this week, I said, I'll meet you at security 11. Do you mean to write that? No, I'll remember. I mean, you're just very good at that.
You are good
Very
at that.
impressive.
well, I have a calendar at home. I write things down.
Yeah, so do I. What do you do?
I don't know. I have
You just
Kelly.
wing it? Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, usually I remember, but I write it down just in case I'm wondering what day it is.
I
I get
know.
it. All right, with our last minute, new residents that are watching this show right now, what words of encouragement would you have for them to become involved? Let the dust settle. I know you're moving in. We just did new resident orientation last week, and we had a lot of bodies in the room. And what, as somebody that moved in a few years ago, what would be the encouragement you would give them?
I would say get involved. Get involved and be around people and have a positive attitude,
Yes.
and don't ever feel sorry for yourself. I know I've been fortunate. I've been blessed in many ways. But attitude has a lot to do with being happy.
Absolutely. And enjoying your days.
That's right.
Absolutely. Well, I think a lot of people move in and it's that season of life that I wasn't ready to do this move, or woe is me because somebody passed. And I think residents like you are hope for them to say, wow, okay, well, you lost a spouse and you made this transition and you're thriving. And I think that seeing someone like you has a lot of wait? Because you are a peer to new residents.
Well, it started with meeting someone in the court.
Right.
And where do you eat? And let's do this or let's do that. And
just those baby
you're,
steps.
You're always with someone, and that's important.
Absolutely. Well, Ruth, we thank you for being on the show.
Thank
you got through the entire segment without telling a joke. I don't know how that happened. You've got 40 seconds if you have one queued up.
Well, probably half the people here have heard my latest joke about the gentleman that working at home one day, he had an accident with his equipment and he lost 3 fingers.
Oh.
So he says to the doctor, do you think I can use this hand when I drive? The doctor said, maybe, but don't count on it.
That's a good one.
And with that, this episode is done. Great timing, Ruth.
Thank you.
Comical genius.